Now to the abortion pill battle. The Justice Department is taking the fight all the way to the Supreme Court just one day before new restrictions are set to go into effect. This after a federal appeals court partially blocked the Texas judge's decision, saying the abortion pill mifepristone can remain on the market, but with tighter restrictions.
And joining us now from Fort Worth, Texas, in front of a former abortion clinic that was forced to move last year, is ABC News correspondent Mireya Villarreal, and in studio here with us, Jennifer Dalven, director of the ACLU's Reproductive Freedom Project. Thank you both for being here this morning. Mireya, let's go ahead and start with you now, because this decision by an appeals court panel is set to take effect early tomorrow morning. What kinds of limitations are we talking about here?
So, Gio, this takes us all the way back to the year 2000 when mifepristone was originally approved by the FDA. So the plaintiffs argued back last month in front of that Amarillo judge that they didn't feel the FDA had authority to make any sort of changes or add different guidelines to the approval of mifepristone. So right now they are saying that they take this all the way back, and now you can only use the drug up to 7 weeks into your pregnancy, and it also cannot be delivered by mail, which a lot of critics say that this is really going to tie the hands of not just clinics and health providers, but also women as well in need of these services.
Jennifer, what do you take of the judge deciding to keep the drug on the market, but with these tighter restrictions?
Yeah, you know, this is an attempt to just bar doctors from prescribing a drug that is used in more than half of abortions in this country today. This drug was approved, as we said, decades ago, and now more than 5 million people have used it to safely end an early pregnancy and for miscarriage care. Its safety has been proven in over 100 studies. It's safer than Tylenol and Viagra. And now this case is going up to the Supreme Court. And what we know is that if the Supreme Court doesn't step in, it will prevent people from getting the care that they need. And what's really also very important that your viewers know is that it's not just about abortion. This case, if it's not overturned, has implications for a wide range of drugs that are critical and life-saving.
Well, let's talk about that, Jennifer, because just yesterday the vice president said if this decision stands, just like you said, no medication is safe from attacks. So what could this mean for other medications?
I'm so glad you asked that, because the industry experts have been very clear that if this decision stands, it will stymie medical innovation. It will prevent Americans from getting access to critical new drugs. What it'll essentially allow is for groups that have a political opposition to a drug to go find a politically minded judge like they did here. This judge here has said that states might even have the opportunity to ban birth control, and they could go to a judge like that, and that judge could take the drug off the market with a stroke of a pen if the Supreme Court allows this decision to stand.
And in the meantime, Mireya, if Florida has just passed one of the strictest abortion bans in the country, with Governor Ron DeSantis signing that in record time, pretty much, what are you finding that this is meaning for access to abortion in other states in the South?
You know, right now this is like an ever-evolving issue that people are really having to watch very closely, because we don't just have what's happening in Florida, in Texas, in the Fifth Circuit. We also have what's going on in the West Coast as well. All of these, you know, decisions are competing against each other and creating a lot of confusion for the people, for the women who need these services. So right now we do know the Department of Justice says they will file something with the Supreme Court asking them to step in, but they haven't done that just yet. So we don't know what their argument is. Wait and see on that aspect, but we do know that Danko Labs just filed their appeal asking for the U.S. Supreme Court to step in and basically grant a full stay in the situation, which would mean that the guidelines set to go into effect tonight at midnight may not happen. But again, that all relies on the U.S. Supreme Court stepping in and having making a point here. So again, it's a big wait and see situation for people, and it can be very confusing, honestly.
Yeah, it seems to be constantly changing. Dr. Jen, some blue states are already stockpiling these pills, but if this is banned, that means everywhere. It's not just in the red states that it's banned. So what does this mean for women as far as care goes?
Well, I think, first of all, ACOG, which is the American College of OBGYN and the Society for Maternal Fetal Medicine, High Risk Obstetrics, are imploring the Supreme Court to step in and intervene. As we've heard, this is really about loopholes or people trying to fabricate exceptions to something that is just not based in science and evidence and fact, that this is a safe and effective medication. It's needed and used for miscarriages as well. And all this will do, if this goes through, is prevent women from getting safe, legal, and effective early pregnancy care. It will not stop them from taking matters into their own hands or from doctors trying other medications to help treat these women. And there will be a dangerous ripple effect that we see throughout the country.
The director of the ACLU's Reproductive Freedom Project, Jennifer Dalven, ABC's Mireya Villarreal, we thank you both, and Dr. Jen as well, for all of that information.
Absolutely.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.